So I'm watching the Vikings game today, and the Bears are about to score a touchdown. It's 0-0. Bears are marching, and I get my phone rings, and it's a 320 number. And I don't recognize it, but I know I've been talking to people lately who, the name doesn't pop up on my phone, and they've been asking me for things. So I'm like, well, I better answer just in case they need something, even though it's a Sunday. So I answer, and it is a family member of someone I used to know. And it put me in a very awkward spot because I have nothing to do anymore with the person they were calling about. But this person sounded remarkably concerned. They sounded very worried. So I just kind of talked to them, and I was very nice to them and, understanding of what seemed to be a very difficult situation. I won't go into specifics of what they said. But I told them, look, I'm not involved in this person's life anymore. I don't know anything. I can't tell you anything. I'm sorry. Try talking to them. I don't know. They made it seem like they couldn't. So I wasn't really much help at all, but it was very sad to get. It was a very sad phone call to get. And it kind of reaffirms your belief in yourself and the decisions you've made recently. But it's certainly anytime someone calls you and they're sad or they're worried or anything like that, and you can't really do anything to help them, it's kind of a helpless, weird, shitty feeling. And you kind of think about it and you just go, hey, wish I could. Anytime someone calls you and they're sad or they're worried or anything like that, and you can't really do anything to help them, it's kind of a helpless, weird, shitty feeling. And you kind of think about it and you just go, hey, wish I could. I'm sorry. I wish you all the best. And then I just go back to watching the Vikings game and had a great time. Like I said, unfortunately, nothing I can really do. But, I got a phone call today from someone who was very, very sad. And I said, look, man, I just, I ain't in that place anymore. So you wanted to know about the phone call. It's not a very long story. It's not something we were going to go over on tomorrow's show. Not something I got a phone call from someone, who's a concerned party of someone I used to know. And, it's just kind of a bummer to hear that, to hear people worried like that when they don't need to. That's the thing. It's like the unforeseen consequences, the people you affect without knowing you affect them, the thinking that the things you do only affect you, so why does anybody care? No, it has tentacles. It reaches out and it can hurt others. So that's all I can say about that. That's how the members only show goes. You ask me, I tell you. Jesus Christ, Chad Buzamak. It was not about that. Jesus. TV's Will Heron. Aaron, why play coy? Because it's not. The specifics, my friend, journalist Will Heron, the four W's and one H of journalism, or 5 W's and 1 H? The who, why, what, where, when, and how, 5 W's and H of journalism are not necessary to answer the question I was asked. That's why I can keep a little anonymity. Cheeseburger Spy says, I'm sure Cheeseburger Pie has an Aaron update for us. She's kind of got, and I told him this was going to happen, but he doesn't listen. He kind of got snaked by the people who were using him. SpaghettiOs. He kind of got snaked by him, unfortunately. Cheese says when the time is right. Yeah, he'll let you know what's going on when the time is right. He's got the what do you call it? Not the attaché. He's got the dossier. Cheeseburger Pie's got the dossier. Says, so Aaron, is Rekieta facing new charges? Try and give a straight, simple answer without all the gay dancing around. I don't have that answer for you. That's not me dancing around. I don't have that answer for you. I'm sorry. Is he facing them? Like, is there a warrant out? No. It's the best I can do. There's this guy, and he's called The Legend. And from what I understand, he was just a pay pig. He was a whale for Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumock. Well, then The Legend gave Gino Bisconti $300 on Gino's show. So then Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumock brought on this woman who, totally snaked this guy and said he's a complete creep, and he's this guy who used to play baseball for the Cleveland Indians, and this totally blew up the guy's spot. And I don't know if they blew up the guy's spot because he gave Gino money. I don't know if they blew up the guy's spot because he stopped giving them money. I don't know. I just know that this guy has given thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And now people are saying that it was out of his MLB pension, which it doesn't really matter. I mean, wherever he wants to give money from, he can give money. But they're saying this guy, The Legend, has given thousands of dollars to Chad and Kevin, and now he stopped giving them thousands of dollars, and even worse, gave hundreds of dollars to Gino Bisconti, so now they had to snake him. That whole world they live in is weird because there is no morality. As long as a guy's on your side, you'll overlook the nastiest. Let's say he has a pedophilic fixation. He makes very pedophilic comments. But you need to grift off Aaron because your show is dying. Well, then if you're Carl, you'll befriend that guy. But you might criticize someone else for saying those same things. It's almost like politics. It's like Washington, D.C. If I'm a Democrat and a Democrat does something fucked up, I pretend it doesn't happen. I don't even bring it up. But if a Republican does that same thing, well, then I got to get him kicked out of office, and they got to get out of here, and it's a moral outrage, and it's terrible. It's the same way on the internet. This guy, The Legend, if he's giving me thousands of dollars, he's not a creep. The minute he gives somebody else hundreds of dollars, he's a fucking creep. Let's bring someone on to shit all over him. And I'm sure the guy is a creep. It's just kind of weird that these guys, play the world's smallest fucking violin the minute the checks stop coming. It's, I don't know, shitty behavior, I guess, kind of chicken shit, if you will. But here's the thing. I don't know enough about it. And I don't know if we're going to dig into it tomorrow because it's almost too weird. Chad Buzamok says the number he gave to Tracy Jane. I don't know who, you guys, you got to talk to me about this like I'm a fucking toddler. I don't know who Tracy Jane is. The number he gave to Tracy Jane also used name of Embassy Vincent, a.k.a. Vincent Mbisi, a.k.a. VTL. Again, guys, I'm not a Dabbleverse guy. Again, I don't know who VTL, like Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I don't know what VTL is. Nicole Magenta says, I just bought a Mark Lewis baseball card on eBay earlier today. Yeah, are you allowed to just say that that's the legend's name? I guess. So, I suppose that's just totally fine. John Hahn, he's wow, look at him. He's coming out fiery. Legend played for the Indians, not the Twinkies, and he doesn't support cum guzzler wife beaters. Well, it's a good thing I'm neither one of those things. Unless you want to believe the word of lying cult leaders. I should say wannabe cult leaders. Yeah, XJX says biggest payday Gino has had without Ant's signature in a decade. I think even Gino would say that's a funny one. Just think of all the headbands Gino can get with that money. I mean, what's a decent headband? 20, 30 bucks? So even after YouTube's cut, he could probably get 10 solid headbands with that. My Lost Interest says Gustav doesn't care for the legend either. See, again, you guys, you got to explain that, break it down like I'm a 2-year-old. Says, I started tuning into Zumach like a week ago. Seems like he turned on the legend fast. Right, I didn't understand any of this. The last thing I saw, the legend was giving Chad a whole bunch of money when Chad was shitting on Rekieta. The legend was like, here's $100, here's $400. I mean, the legend was making it rain on Chad. And then all of a sudden, Chad's like, yeah, he's a fucking piece of shit. And I'm like, the only thing I know he did was he gave Gino $300. Chad Buzamong says, I did explain it to you like a moron. If you can't indulge in this stuff a bit, don't talk about it. You've given me nothing. My Lost Interest says the legend stuff is so nuanced, it would be almost impossible to explain in a YouTube chat. All right, what if I go to My Lost Interest on YouTube? Would that be a good place to learn about the legend? That might be a good place to go. My Lost Interest. Let's see what he's got. All right, let's go ahead and watch this. Gino Bisconti shares the Legends DMs. Kevin Brennan and Leo Gunn in the crosshairs. So I'm guessing this didn't age well because Gino's like, here we go. This Legend guy's got all the dirt on Kevin Brennan. And then so last night, I guess Brennan went and snaked this Legend guy and just shared a bunch of crazy shit about him. These people are fucking insane. None of this is fun. Like, it's fun. I understand as voyeurs, it's fun. But, like, putting yourself through this, none of this is fun. This is not what I got into broadcasting to do. To just, like, let's torture this poor fuck until he dies. It's like, no. Let's have some fun at his expense. Let's goof on him a little bit. But, I mean, do we have to fuck it? We're not going to stop until he blows his fucking head up. Why? Why do we have to not? Why is this guy's death the only measuring stick of whether or not the bit's been a success? Like, are you going to stand over his headless corpse after he eats a 45 and go, the prestige? Again, to quote Ethan Hawke in Training Day, you guys are fucking insane. It's a problem. And you know what the biggest problem of it is? You look at guys like me talking like this and you go, that guy's a fucking problem. What a weirdo fag he is. And you can't you just make fun of the Legend? Can't you just tease him? Like you gave Flat Broke Gino $300, brr, 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 and then, you know, shit on his hair or something. Does it have to be, yeah, he's a fucking Weinstein and I hope he dies? Like, whoa. For what? Watching a podcast? For throwing a couple of bucks at somebody? Get his Google search history. That'll fix him. That's all we got. No, the Legend is a guy, and he gave a shitload of money. He super chats Kevin Brennan and Chad Zumock a whole bunch. And he gave Gino a bunch of money, and now a war is broken out. Let's go to Gino. Go for Gino.
Okay, let me say this. Thank you, Legend, for $300.
I'm going to put myself up
more
in the
than
corner.
anything you were about to say. Yeah. Because Legend, who I was talking to and gave me permission, and I'll tease it out, to share everything I've been saying, because maybe they'll listen to fucking Legend, who they all fucking want his affection, and he fucking broke Kevin Brennan more than I.
How? Again, all I know is this Legend just gave Gino $300, and now Gino's off and running, and he's like, maybe they'll listen to the Legend. He's a money guy. Maybe they'll listen to him. To what? What happened? Somebody, please tell me a fucking story.
I could, because Kevin just lies about me, but fucking he made, like, you can't trust Kevin.
Fucking wah, Gino. Everyone thinks I ate jizz. Do you imagine if I came on here every day and just yelled and demanded that everyone give me $300 to refute all of the rumors? Look. I'll yell at you to give me $300 all day if you want me to, but because people lie about me, it's kind of goes with the territory. So, okay, the Legend is on Team Gino because people are lying about Gino. And,
But in God we trust. It says it on all the cash he lives for. Let's look at this super chat again. Thank you for the 300. The Legend most hated. Leo Gunn, who's an absolute fucking idiot creep, I'm finding out. We'll get
okay, there's another one. I haven't learned anything about the Legend, and now I'm hearing about Leo Gunn. I have no fucking idea who Leo Gunn is either. I don't know. I decided to watch My Lost Interest video so that I could get up to speed on this thing. Now turns out I'm falling further behind.
I'll get to those, Leo Gunn. I'll get to the facts from. And
Who's
again,
Leo Gunn?
Base it on this.
Tommy Gunn will accept your challenge, but Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring. This is what this is. This is what this all, I apologize. The Dabbleverse truly is. I said it was one of the most retarded places on the internet. It is the undisputed champion of gay op retard shit. So this legend guy sent Gino a bunch of DMs and $300. So then Legend was telling Gino a bunch of things about Kevin, and this is where we're at so far. He wanted me to FaceTime him, and I didn't. All right, let's get ready for more groundbreaking shit.
Why? Why is that, Kev? You could tell us. And I wrote, welcome to the club, my brother. He's been lying about me for 4 years now, and Chad's doing the same thing, and people I don't know if they believe it or not. I never once asked him to call me. He asked me many times to hang with him at the batting cages and have dinner.
All right, wait a minute. See, now that sounds really gay, but I forgot for a second that the legend he was a former Cleveland Indian. He was a baseball player. Mark Lewis, is it? So he was Mark Lewis. And I guess Kevin wanted to go. But, aren't they both, Kevin's 64 and the legend is in his 50s. What, a couple of old men are just going to fucking meet at the batting cages and go have pizza? How fucking gay is this?
No.
I shit on Ray. I don't need to hear all these. I just want to hear from the legend. I shit on Ray DeVito. I know that. That makes me sad. Chino and Leo, the Telegraph Gun loser. I don't know who Leo Gunn is. All right, let's see what's next. Telegraph, telephone, tell a bitch named Leo Gunn. Leo Gunn texted me. Leo Gunn told me. Leo Gunn, the every single Dabbleverse show chat room whore. That guy that stalks Ray DeVito everywhere he goes. Okay. Lonely Leo, I don't live in New York, and December 23rd is an awful date. Okay. Kevin Brennan wants me to call him. I don't care. KB wants to meet me. I could give a fuck less about him. I embrace the hate. I'm a hateable, arrogant, cranky, cocky asshole. I don't care. Wow, look out for these guys. They're assholes. I don't. People were writing to me about this. People were talking about this. I feel embarrassed that I'm bringing this up. This is a giant nothing burger. Chad's a meanie head. They all say mean things. What happened? MLC podcast. I did what I said I'd do. Now go lie like you always do on your show, you cowardly cunt. Cowardly cunt's kind of catchy. I called. He lies again. He's scared to confront anyone, not just me. He begged me and challenged me. He hit as usual. These men are a combined 120 years old. What the fuck? I think, is that the last of it? Leo Gunn reported that post. Haha, pussy. Yeah, I don't care if that. Okay, so that's apparently what the legend did. The legend gave Gino a bunch of money, screenshotted a bunch of things with Kevin Brennan, so on and so on. So then Kevin Brennan decides to bring on this woman, Tracy Jane.
Oh, it's him.
Wow.
All right, if you guys watched any of this, you're gay. And now you're going to say, well, Aaron, didn't you just watch some of this? Yes. And unfortunately, I'm gay now. I'm gay because I watched that. There's nothing I can do.